Hey, how's it going, everybody? I've got a secret that I've got to let you guys in on. It's something that will be changing the way that this world is played in forever, and it's starting today in this new dungeon room that I have not shown you guys. It's a secret one, of course, to go along with all the secret. It's dark, it's knowledgeable, making it dark knowledge, and you know what that means? It's about time for us to flick the switch, the start switch, which is duly marked for 1.16, and I think it's about time. So just beyond those doors lies our portal, because that's a door. You just gotta believe me. That beyond those doors lies a portal to a brand new dimension that should be looking fantastic, should be looking new, should be looking spiffing. There you have it. The new dimension. You gotta admit, that was pretty flashy, right? So here we are. I wanted to do something cool that would be a great entrance, and here today, I think that was a cool entrance. I thought that was pretty neat, don't you think? The doors that open with the big dispenser shot into here. Man, you know what? This is pretty darn exciting for me to have seen this work. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot more that went into that, but right now, this is where the excitement lies. We're going into the Nether, and I have not yet seen it in this world. I've not actually, well, that's a great start. I don't even know if we start off in a good biome, but here we are. Looking like, might I add, an absolute champion. Look at that. You only need one bit of gold, I'm fairly certain, but I went with the whole package. You know, I wanted to really fit in around here, and I think it's about right. You can see that, just generating fresh. So goals for today, because now that we are in the Nether, and I must admit, it does have a bit of a different vibe to it. It feels a little bit, I guess, you know what it is? It's the fogginess and the particles. I don't recall these being in here, at least in this extent before. But you know, I want to go ahead, just explore the Nether, and I want to come back with some blocks that we can use to fix up our buildings in our world. Something that I think will hopefully improve some buildings in our world. So let's just kick things off. I'm gonna go and find a new biome because I'm not really digging this. So, I mean, I didn't actually have to go too far. We were standing there. I didn't realize there was one right here. Oh man, this is so cool. This is my favorite update, and I've just walked in like 100 blocks. I am very happy with this. Man, you know what? I mean, I'm normally in this for the blocks. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, some things just don't change. All right, so I want to find myself, the main goal, I guess, is really, I need to find some, come on. Oh, yeah. There we go. This guy just won't give up. Get it. Oh. Really? You gotta do that, really? All right, whatever. I deserved it. You know what? That's fine. So yeah, what I'm doing here in the Nether, we're gonna be exploring. I want to see. I don't know everything. I wouldn't mind seeing everything. I kind of like this. That new sound. Sounds so good. But I wouldn't mind just grabbing a few cool blocks to take back to the overworld. And most importantly, I want to experience what the Nether is now. I know it's so much more dangerous. We've got so many new things to see. And I think that's just really all I want to do today. So hopefully we can come out of here in one piece, first of all, and secondly, hopefully with some cool blocks that we can use in our, well, in our old builds, really, and then we can start using it into our new builds. Bone block is my favorite block ever, and there is so much of this stuff now. I don't ever need to, you know, I'm just gonna come here, running through the Nether, mining fossils all day, and finding new fossil biomes, mining them as well. Oh man, this is so cool. So the first block that I'm actually looking for is probably gonna be either of the new Nether tree blocks. I think those new wood blocks are gonna come in super handy, and that is really what I'm in it for. For now, I actually feel, I know we've only got a few hundred blocks in. Oh no. Oh yes. How do we deal with this? This actually doesn't have smite on it, so this is an interesting situation I find myself in right now. But I think there's a bit of lava around there. I must admit, I do feel quite lost, even though I have only moved a few hundred blocks. Yeah, of course. There we go. Jump. Oh, that's the key. The key to success. There we go. Oh man. All right, that could have ended way worse. So there's apparently new, oh, well, I can see one new block, but there's apparently some new loot spots in the Nether, and I'm actually not too sure. Oh, 2 new blocks. Didn't even notice this. All right, so first chest. I'm gonna call it something good. Nothing. Actually, ooh, that actually is quite good. Curse of Binding leggings, I'll take them until I change my mind later and drop them inevitably. But there we go, fire charges, which I actually used today. You know what? How weird is that? I never use a fire charge ever, and today I use them and I find them, which is quite convenient. So here is block number 1. I don't actually know how many blocks. I probably should have made a list, but this is the first thing that I've been wanting to get my hands on, this weeping obsidian. There we go. Who's cutting onions? Of course. It's pretty sad story. All right, so I want to grab this stuff. I know it's probably not going to be too useful for a lot of things, like having a nether portal, but I think it's going to come in quite handy for me. So I'm going to keep those. I'm actually going to leave those. We need to find a better way of getting, is that Blackstone? I think it's called Blackstone, right? You know, I'm finding this real peaceful right now. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but it might just be because I'm in the soul sand biome, but everything moving slowly. It feels like I've got some earmuffs on my ears, like listen to it. Like it sounds like you're listening to some real soft padded footsteps and it's actually relaxing. And then you come into stuff like this, but you know, I'm really liking this. I think it's one of those things that's going to catch you off guard. You know, I'm going to be ready. Oh, okay. I'm going to be comfortable, just chilling, not listening to anything, and then bam, Skelly comes out of nowhere. I wonder if you can get wither skeletons in this biome. I'm not too sure. I haven't actually looked into too many things of the Nether update. I've had a look at a few bits and pieces, but nothing of too much significance. There we go. Thank you. Oh, were those bones? Of course, I need them. I'm actually going to come out of here a very, very happy builder with all these bone blocks. Now, I'm kind of getting, I wouldn't say I'm getting sick of and tired of this soul sand biome, but I'm really looking forward to finding something else. Is that a pigman pig? No, it's a piglin. Okay. Oh, please don't tell me they're coming for me. Actually, they look like they're hunting something. Let's investigate. Please don't be angry. Okay. Whew. All right. They looked like they were hunting a hoglin. So I guess it's time we do our first trade. I've got some gold. It actually did seem for a second that this guy was just staring at me with gold, but I'm not too sure if it's the zombie guys that will trade with us. I know for a fact these guys should trade with us, but I'm not too sure what these zombie guys do. So, what? I want to trade with you. Stop. Stop moving. Just take my gold, please. There you go. Yeah, look at it. Finest. The finest from the overworld. Now. Really? Really? That's all. All right, I want to test out if I can trade with the undead variety or the zombie variety. No, you don't like my gold? I didn't like. Well, actually, I kind of do like your whole the whole thing you got going on there. All right, I want to do a few more trades with these guys. I've brought them some gifts, and we will see if. Oh, we'll see if. Actually, wait. Are these guys changing into those guys? Was there that many of these before? You there. Look at it. Tell me what you want. Give me something good. I know they can give a lot of quartz. That's what I really want. A piece of obsidian. The escape from the Nether. It starts. Actually, we've got an escape portal. You know what? That is going to be our way out. We've got ourselves a piece of obsidian. We've got an escape portal. It needed one more piece of obsidian. I guess actually a few more because I did take out the weeping obsidian, which wouldn't have actually helped. There's one way to do it. I know it. This is it. We're just going to go in a straight line until we actually, you know what? That looks like an open area that we can go and explore a bit more. So we're just going to keep walking in a straight direction. It looks like it's nice and open. You leave me alone, Ghast, and we will eventually come across some other biome, hopefully, if we get lucky. If not, if we find, you know what, if we find a portal and we find our way home, we'll take it. But for now, I will be looking for the new biomes. There we go. I can see a new one. It's not the one that I wanted, but it's the one that we needed. Right here. Please leave me alone wherever you are. Get me off the soul sand. I know it's... I think we're good. I think we're all right. They like to hit you when you're down. But here we go. My favorite of all the nether biomes. Oh man, what is this called? The Basalt Delta. That's what this is called. This is super cool. I love this. Like this snowy effect, which I know it's probably meant to be ash or dust. Oh man, I have so many ideas for things that I want to do with this. Blackstone. Oh, you know what? I didn't know you could get blackstone from here. I thought you could only get it from the, what are they? Not fortresses. You know what I'm talking about. The strongholds or bastions, whatever they are. I thought that was where I was going to have to get this stuff from. But this is actually one of my blocks on my list that I really wanted, actually. For some home improvement stuff. This was what I needed. Oh, I've wanted to see one of these as well. There's just so many things. This guy looks like he's a bit sick, you know? He looks a little bit ill. Is that because it's not in lava? I swore when I looked at these before, they were way more red. Hey, I want to see what you look like on the other side. Do you have a tail? Stop. I just want to know if they have a tail or anything. Okay, you know what? I'll respect it. There we go. Maybe. Not confirmed, but maybe there is a tail. So, you know what? I will find, if we can find a nether fortress, I will find a saddle and we'll saddle that guy up. But for now, I hopefully will find another biome. I'll hopefully find, oh, don't lose that. I'll hopefully find one of those tree biomes. That's all I need, just a tree. There we go, look at that. Yeah, confirmed. Not sick. Looking pretty sickly. Is there some way I can help this guy out? I don't know, I just don't want to see this thing all of a sudden explode or something. Like, I don't actually know what'll happen if this guy doesn't make it. Can I push him? I know they gotta be in lava. Get in lava. Actually, I could save this guy. No. This is for your own good. Just go back. There we go. There we go. We're doing it. Baby steps. Baby strider steps. Stop. Get into the lava. I'm doing this for your own good. And probably not my own good, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, already. Not working. Not working. Save the striders. Can I? Yeah, I'll take the damage for you, Strider. There we go. Look at you, you happy little Strider. Oh, okay, well, we figured it out. We tried, all right? And you can figure out the rest. Oh, look at this. Look at this. One of the blue biomes in the top left corner. Almost missed it. Render distance almost lost us a biome. There we go. All right. First nether tree. I'm happy. You know what? If we only see these trees today, I will be completely happy because the blue is the best. Let's be honest. I don't know actually, but I really want to get my hands on these blocks. Boom. What is this? What is it actually called? Warped stems. Nice. Now, do these despawn like normal trees or does this just, actually wait. Please don't break. Oh, okay. Thank you. Wonderful. So I wonder if these will eventually despawn or if this will just sit here and become a UFO tree and just remain a UFO tree. I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna remain a UFO tree. I'll get rid of this. As a matter of fact, right now, what? These things? Okay, no silk touch needed. So then how do I have to craft these into a mushroom? How would I get a mushroom? I mean, I could pick one up, but how would I renew a mushroom? There's the question. Maybe a bit of bone meal. So bone meal on grass. Yeah, that's how you get them. Okay. And then grow me a tree. A huge tree. Oh, wow. I didn't know that those were also, what are they called? Shroom lights were also renewable. This is awesome, and that's a huge tree. All right, I think we've actually made it. Not gonna lie, I think we've actually made it. Is this silk touch? Can I silk touch that? Oh, you know what? It's because that needs to be, yeah, that needs to be mined with a silk touch pickaxe. Yeah, that's why. It's because I'm using a shovel, although I thought the silk touch would work, but maybe we'll come back for this. It was about then that I realized we got ourselves a super cool pickaxe, a gold pickaxe, in fact, with silk touch on it, way earlier in the episode. And that might be what will be the thing that'll prove to us whether or not we can pick these up. So, first attempt. Okay, that was this isn't even efficiency. What's that, 1.2 attack speed? That's just attack speed. That's not actually how fast it works. Wait, maybe, actually, I have a hunch that gold things do work faster. Maybe that's why. I think they've naturally got efficiency on them. If I'm correct, I'm probably incorrect, but if I am correct, I think that's the thing. So, yeah, and that. All right, and they've got 0 durability, but that's all right. That was 29 warped nylium. Fantastic. So, you know what? I'm liking what we've got going on here. We've explored a bit of the Nether, but we haven't explored all of the Nether. So right now, the goal is actually, it's changed. Can I climb these? You know what? This is, before we get to the changed goal, I just have to do something absolutely stupid. Can I jump into that? Okay, not stupid anymore. I got that right. So now that I got that out of the way, the goal is actually probably to get out of the Nether, because we can always come back. I don't want to get through everything in one day. If we happen to, that's fine, but I think it's about time we get back to the overworld and check to see whether or not we've got enough blocks. I think these blackstone were the ones I really needed to be able to get some things improved. Oh man, I have felt so overwhelmingly lost in the Nether, and I actually like it. I'm very happy about that. This, by the way, is our first portal. I'm not remaking a portal. We finally got one. We're getting out of here. But I've got to say, check next to, well, like 10 out of 10, or whatever 10 out of 10 box there is for the Nether update. So far, I love it. I think it's great. In terms of what we got there and the blocks that we've got, fantastic. I must admit, I did get very lost there, and I like it. So how about we close things up? Click that. Should work. There we go. Goodbye, door. And we can go put some of these new blocks into place. All right. It's a brand new day. I just had to actually sleep because it was nighttime, so we might have a few mobs lying around, but it feels good to be back home. Like, this actually feels like I'm back at home, even though I know it's just a game. It's very strange. I'm actually, yeah, I'm not going to learn my lesson. I'm going to, actually, you know what? Let's learn my lesson. Let's pack all of our stuff away into a good, neat barrel that we can sort out at a later stage, instead of making a whole bunch of mess in my current barrels. So we can do that. And then what I want to do, I've got two things. First of all, that fire, that flame that we had in the secret room, I want to fix that to make it a blue flame. Basalt, I really didn't claim too much of it because I think we can generate it ourselves, so really no big deal on that. The shroom light, I want to try and work into a lamp somewhere, but we're not going to do that either right now. The one thing I do want, where is my, there it is, my crafting table. I want to get some blackstone stairs and some blackstone slabs, and maybe we could just try a little bit of polished blackstone, maybe a few of those, and we'll try the stairs and slabs, because I think this will be what will help us out to make the old school blacksmith looks so much better. So here we go. This is our blacksmith, and it's got some problems, and I thought maybe the Nether would solve our problems, and I think it's going to solve our problems. The thing is, I've used these brick blocks, and I couldn't use any of the red because that was a bit over the top. I couldn't use any prismarine because it just didn't fit. I couldn't use anything else besides these really to work into here. But the big problem is that this is both a wall block and it's also on the floor, and that just doesn't look very good. When you look at that, it's kind of like, what's the floor, what's the wall? Doesn't make too much sense. All right, I went to get my real stuff. There we go. So let's get into fixing this, and I'm pretty sure, I actually feel like let's look at the polish. Polished, normal. I think the normal wins, but that does have a good little, look at that little texture connection, like where that's got a bit of black, that's got a bit of black. You could easily connect these textures together. That's very good. I'm so glad. There's so many good textures coming out nowadays. I like it. They work well together. I don't know if that's intentional or just by pure coincidence, but I'm very happy about that. So let's try this one chimney quick. I'm just going to replace a few of the blocks, and I want to see if the change of blocks, just these few brick blocks, makes a big difference. I actually think that works quite well. We could probably change that block to maybe an andesite. I'll steal that sneaky andesite block there. Let's just pop that in, see if that works. Yeah, that's way better. So I think we can just switch up those two, and that already will improve this area so much. After that, I think maybe also a little bit of an upgrade to the middle roof, and we'll be looking real good. So I want to change this fire first. So let's check out this new blue. What is this actually called? Soul Campfire. That lighting? Oh man, that is so much better. That is so good. I like this lighting choice. I know a lot of people probably just see, blue, but you know what this means? This means so much for making different lighting effects around. How far the light travels is super important, and it's something that I want to incorporate into more builds. Sadly, that just creates more spawn spaces, but we will have to deal with that when we get to it. but I'm very happy with those. In fact, that makes me want to put in some of the lanterns with the blue soul fire around here to see how that works. But we've got a lot of improvements we're going to do to this room in the future. It's a work in progress. It was just here for today, and of course we will get back to it. Now, as for our blacksmith, I think we have got it looking much better. That is looking so good. I'm very, very happy with that. I think it just fits in so much better with the rest of this stuff. The red roof, all that stuff, top class. I'm very happy with that. So I want to settle things down just a tad, and I want to take you guys back to where this episode all begun. And that great entrance that we had to the Nether, that was quite a bit of work, and I thought, I'm not going to get the opportunity to show off the effort that I put into that anytime outside of this episode, and I think it's quite interesting. So I thought, you know what? Let's head into the creative world where I came up with this idea, and I'll show you guys what I got going on. So here it is, my creative world. Not the one that I think a lot of people want to see, but this is the creative world that we needed. This is where I actually planned on just placing down 1.16 blocks to see what they looked like, and I got distracted with the cool entranceway to the Nether, and of course, you guys know what happened then. But I just wanted to show you guys, this was my original idea with some basic redstone, and I thought this was going to be a super cool entrance. Look at this. So close this up. I think that thing shoots as well. Maybe it doesn't. But that was the entrance. So it goes like that, and then it clicks 5 times, and it opens up, and it feels like this whole door was sealed off so well. But I thought that was a bit boring. Although that was pretty cool. I thought that was a bit boring, and I wanted to step things up. So I said, 2 blocks, yeah, it's even number. It's difficult to build with even numbers and make them look interesting sometimes. But I think we could have done it. But I decided, I want to go look out for a better solution. And that is where I came across a good buddy of ours, Il Mango. And I actually didn't use his design, but I watched his video on it was a tileable 3x3 piston door, because of course we need it to be tileable. If you have a look at this, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, needed to be next to each other and not interact, because else we would just have a whole bunch of things opening at once, because I wanted them to open one after another after another. And there you have it, the tileable 3x3 piston door. So I had a look at Il Mango's video and I said, you know what? That's so darn easy. I'm going to make my own. All right, I'm kidding. It was extremely confusing and it took me way too many hours to figure it out, but I got there in the end. And I gotta say, I think I've come up with a pretty good solution to the problems that I had with his design in terms of how we were gonna work it into our world. And I think it actually worked out pretty darn good. So a few changes that I had to make. Il Mango's door opened with a right click of a note block that would have been there. I thought, I don't want that. I wanted all of them to open one after another after another. And that was quite a difficult thing for me to figure out how this redstone worked, but I thought it was super cool. And I wanted to show you guys just what it looks like behind the scenes here. Look at that. Monster. And I'm happy I didn't come up with the original idea, but I made this. You know what I mean? I figured out some cool stuff that got me, that I had to figure out at least to get it to work, because it wasn't as simple as I expected. But here we go. This is what it looks like without the rest of the stuff. Pretty neat. There we go. And imagine that one being off. Switch off. Go. There we go. So that's what I wanted it to go into, and I think it turned out quite well. I have to tell you guys something. I actually really enjoyed this redstone. I'm not gonna lie. It was cool having to get the brain ticking, go jogging on the old noggin. I was pretty happy with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy with this. So maybe we'll do a few more things like this in the future. I'm not gonna go into super detail unless all of a sudden everyone on my channel is super interested in redstone, but I just thought this was a pretty neat thing to have come up with, and I wanted to share it with you guys. We're traveling back in time to before I went into the Nether, and the reason I did this was because the episode kind of made sense this way, that we go into the Nether, explore the Nether, and then we come back, and I wanted to show you guys this build. Of course, you've seen it in creative, but I wanted to show you guys what it's looking like in the survival world and why we've put it where we've put it. Because, of course, I did go through my world tour and say that we've got a big story in this world, and I wanted to tie it into the story. And of course, if you have a look here, this area, which I don't think it's actually too recognizable, but this is going to be where our castle is, just above over there. This is actually underground of where our castle will be. I'll kind of go to the top so you get a bit of a reference to where the door is. Now, the reason we are doing this underneath the castle is for one big reason. Well, two big reasons. First of all, I needed a good place to hide it. So bam, underground, hidden nether portal. I didn't want it to be out on in the open here. I think we can both agree with that. And the other reason that we decided to put it right where it is because it's going to be right below the castle, which would be a great place for us to say, hey, you know, we've got a wizard, I don't know what kind of wizard, the wizard who lives there. Maybe he's actually a mischievous, bad wizard, maybe. Who knows? And this was locked behind some doors, hidden from the rest of the world. I don't know yet, but we're going to figure it out. But I just thought that would be a pretty neat way to start this off. I've started things off with that little piece at the bottom that's going to control each segment of the door opening. So every time one door opens, that little guy there gets a signal, which sends it to that little guy there, the rail, which gets read by this guy. Actually, why don't... I think I've actually doubled up on work here, which is a bit silly. That might not be necessary. But yeah, it does that, goes all the way to here, and this guy reads it and passes it on to the next one. Pretty simple, and I'm actually pretty proud of the design I've come up with, even though right now I've just realized I might have done it incorrectly. maybe there is a reason. Maybe there's a method to my madness. I keep thinking I've got some good idea, ripping something out and then realizing it was there for a reason that I had an even better idea before with. It's the life of redstone. What can I tell you? Now, enough of all this redstone messing around. The joke is, you guys know right now how the nether's gonna go for me before I have even got into the nether itself. Pretty crazy to think of. But either way, big redstone contraption appear here now, please. Thank you. I appreciate it. That looks pretty darn good, not gonna lie. Considering how good our redstone could look, I think that's up there. It's one of my favorite redstone projects, I'm not gonna lie. It was actually fun. Like, you know, sometimes redstone projects can get so darn frustrating. This one wasn't. Like, every little thing that should have frustrated me didn't frustrate me. It just felt like when I put these blocks together, they all worked together. When I felt that I had a problem, it wasn't because of a silly redstone thing. It was, of course, yeah, you know, me. But most of the time, I was really just trying to figure out the genius of Il Mango and I mean, all those guys on the SciCraft server. They're crazy. They do such cool stuff. And of course, trying to see the way that they use these things, because I've always seen this kind of stuff, but never understood it fully. But there's actually a lot of simple things playing together to make a real complicated thing in a lot of these things, as you know. But now I know. And I'm pretty happy with that. So that's fantastic. Now, I've got this piece in here. It looks disgusting. Get rid of this brick. We want to have something looking good. I want to kind of, before we go into it, of course, yet again, you know exactly what's going to happen. I don't. But before going into this, I want this to have a feel of maybe something a bit more dark, dreary, but a little bit cozy at the same time. I know it's probably things that don't make sense, but I'm going to try. The question you may be asking yourself right now is, well, Jancy, does it work? Let's hope it does. So I have to click that. Can I get it? Right there. Well, that was quick. All right, so maybe I need some delay. Yeah, look at that. That is fantastic. I'm just so happy with that. That is so good. So good. I'm very, very pleased. And here is the room. Slightly cozy. I don't really think I got the cozy vibe down, but the dark vibe, check. And the dreary vibe, I don't know how to describe it, but I'll check that one off and come back to it if I need to change it. I do actually have a lot of plans because, of course, I haven't yet gone into the nether as of yet. But I do have a lot of plans for this to use some of the newer nether blocks in it and of course come back to it once we've built our whole castle because this actually doesn't fit in. This is more just for this episode and we'll work it in the future. But of course we needed it to be able to go to the nether. But there's a lot of things that I think I would improve. First of all, I love this little lantern in the middle, big lantern in the middle. It's quite large. I've always wanted to do something like this. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, I put out a video on, I think it was 10 lamp designs or something, but before I did that, I came up with so many different lantern ideas, and I never got to use them, and this one here is hopefully the start of quite a few, because I think we could do a lot with this big light source kind of idea. The other big problem that I've got is that this is too bright, which I think the blue campfires, what are they called? I literally knew this name a second ago, but I forgot it. As I hit the record button, slap that, bam, you forget every word that you've ever needed that would be relevant, of course. So I think that'll help a bit with the light. The other thing is, I haven't yet dug this area out. I plan on digging all the way down to bedrock on this, which might sound like, well, that's a bit of a waste. Why would you just dig a hole for no apparent reason? I have got a big reason. The big reason is I'm actually super short on cobblestone, on andesite, on stone, on diorite, for whatever reason I would need that for. I'm just short on stone in general. I think it's because I use a lot of those blocks to fill in gaps. And of course, you know, you can never have too much stone or cobblestone for that matter. So I think that'll be a good project for me to just get that, and the precious iron, which we need for these chains, which have also been a super cool addition to the game. And I think they've just made this build so much better than what it was. So thank you, chains. We appreciate your work. But for today, I hope we do well in the Nether. I don't know yet, but I'm about to find out. But thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Slightly different. Tell me what you think, of course. And of course, I will see you guys in the next one.